Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Now, I actually was wanting to sit here and talk to y'all, and actually just about a lot of stuff that's been going on this past, I want to say, month and a half. Well, the beginning of this month, I actually went to New York. Actually, first time I ever been to New York. Not ever gonna say I want to move there, but I will say it was an experience that I've never had before. Honestly, because like I went up there with my girl. That it was different because first off, I didn't have my family other than my girl with me. It was up there. We was up there visiting her family because she has family up that way. So we was up that way visiting her family, doing this, doing that. Uh, it was her birthday. That's why we went up there, and her mom's birthday as well. So that's the main one of the main reasons why we went up there. And then as time has went along, we decided. Well, during that week, we went to a. Here, let me go ahead and explain some stuff that went up that way. During that week, we the first like 2 days up there, we spent like I want to say. Well, let me actually start from the trip. So the trip, when me and I first heard about this trip, it was supposed to just be me and her. And then during this time, the trend, the things has changed so much. The plans had changed so much that it ended up having her sister and her grandma going up with us. Her sister and her grandma was from up there, and they were down here visiting us, and they were. But during this time, we went ahead and actually took them up there with us while we went. And that was not the best idea for someone like me. I honestly get sick in a car. I get sick as hell. Like I can't. I don't even like going 45 minutes to 50 minutes down the road because I get like motion sickness. Unless I guess I'm driving. But I still don't even like driving that far because like I don't know. But just in general, I just thought it was. That's the furthest I've ever been. That was a 12-hour drive that turned into like a 30-hour drive because that should not have been that long. But during the way up there, we stopped at a rest stop up there in Virginia. We stopped there, and her sister decides to be running, and there's a sidewalk that you're supposed to be running on. The sidewalk was about this much, about like that much more off the ground than the actual ground. And when she was running, she like her foot fell off the thing, and then she fell and then went tumbling. But during that process, she apparently had broken her foot. We didn't know this until we got about a day and a half later up into New York. We didn't realize she had done broken her foot actually. So we was up there. Yeah, well, on the way there, we had to stop at every rest stop because we had her grandma with us and her sister, and her sister and grandma are. Yeah, well, at the time, her sister wasn't disabled, but her sister became disabled on this trip, and then her grandma was disabled because just for the going up there, and she's older, and she has her own disability. She has a broken hip. She has a messed up hip, messed up shoulders, and so much more going on. So during this time going to New York, we had to stop at every rest stop on the highway, and it was so. We didn't even get there, and I done spent over $50 on just snacks at these vending machines and stuff. And I'm over here like, bro, we ain't even there yet. And like, I was expecting us to be there within 12 hours. It shouldn't have even taken that long. like maybe we would have stopped to get something to eat here or there, and then but no, we couldn't even stop to actually sit down and eat, honestly, because when we if we was to do that, we would have to go somewhere that's wheelchair accessible because her sister broke her foot. During this time we went up there. Every stop was just unbearable because if her sister had a pee or her grandma had a pee during this time, it took at least 30-40 minutes just to even do that because during this time, like, they walk super slow. Her sister, I'm not trying to say bad about her sister or anything, but like, she even didn't like it, honestly, because of the amount of time that we had to take to get up there. We should have been in there. We left at 6 that afternoon. We should have been there 6 the next day. We didn't get there till like 2 or 3 that next morning. I think I don't really know, but during when we was up there, I started. I wasn't comfortable the whole ride there. I was sick. I wasn't. Motion sickness, being dizzy, drained, and just out of like being not there. Like trying to keep myself distracted and this and that. But there was honestly nothing I could do about it when I was bored out of my mind. I couldn't play games. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I was stuck in a cramped up car because they were moving all. They've been down here for several months, and they were moving everything that they have bought and everything that they have done from down here to up to New York in this cramped ass car. Okay, so that lets me know next time if we go to New York, I'm gonna try to fly. If that ever happens again, I don't know when it will. I don't know if it will. And honestly, I don't know when this video will be seen, but this is happening in October or something. October the 19th right now is when I'm doing this video. But I'm not sure when I will post it because of whenever I finally go edit it, and if I do edit it or anything. But anyway, my point of this is I was wanting to tell y'all, if y'all can if you ever do make a trip, make sure you pack your car in a way that you know if you might have to sleep in your car, that you know for a fact that you're going to be able to fit however many people you have in that car. If you have just you and your somebody else, whoever, if it's just you, okay, just make sure you have enough for you. Uh, if you're getting you, this person, that person, everybody else in the daggone world, make sure you have enough room to at least lay back. Because being in a cramped car like that, you just to start going, wanting to go crazy. So when we was up there in New York, uh, first I want to say 3 days, 2.5 days, I'll say, I was kind of getting anxious from being away from home because I've never been away from home for this long. I've never, I don't take road trips. I don't go out of my way to do anything like that. I don't like doing stuff like that in particularly. Yes, I would like to live outside of a house, but like if I did, I want that. Like I want an RV. I don't want to be living somewhere and then having to travel everywhere. If I don't know if that's just me or what, but if you're wondering what this stuff is in the background, LK is the low key podcast that me and my buddy Trent has started. I was thinking about putting up the podcast symbol for this or like my YouTube channel or something. Uh, and these two boxes back here are actually, I'm going to fix them up and you could sit down on them. Get some cloth or something and some cotton, make it somewhat comfortable. because they can fit. They can hold some weight on there, honestly. And that's just a drawing, and there's some art right there. Over there is some art, a poster, and some hats and crap. I'll rearrange everything down the road, and but okay. So I'm still telling you the story about New York. Dear New York, I'm sitting there. We are. We're honestly. I'm not doing too good. I'm starting to freak out, flip out, and everything. I want to go home. I've done started texting my sister, my brother, and them saying, "Hey, I need to get home. I'm tired of being away from home. Uh, like I'm being homesick, and I was sick the whole ride there, like physically sick. And now I'm just sick of being there. Then also like not knowing the people that I'm with, and not being too comfortable with the people I don't know too good, and also it's more like this is my girlfriend's mom and her sister and her grandma, her everybody else, but they know these areas, and I don't know this area that good, and I'm lost as fuck, and I don't know. I just need to get home. That's all I want to do, and they and I it's my girlfriend's birthday, and I don't want a week coming up. Well, her birthday coming up, and I just didn't want to ruin it for her, but at the same time, I feel like I did because how sick I was just getting. So I just said fuck it. And also, it's just such a small, compacted area. Uh, they had a small house and everything, and there was no room to just do what I wanted to do. If I wanted to go into a separate room, everybody seen me go do that or do whatever I was doing. There was no, hey, let me go to this part of the house and get the fuck away. Everybody was just able to see what you was doing at all times, and there were so many people there, and it was so fucking crowded. I don't like being in crowded areas, not at all. I don't even like going to the fucking Walmart or the mall or anything, because so many people. I get anxious, and I don't, because I'll be. Let's say this. Use this for example. We went in uh, Spencer's at one point, and I really wanted this one thing, and I just said screw it. I don't even want nothing but anymore because how many people done started get behind me. Because when I got up there to the register, they started saying, "Oh, this ain't. We don't have this in that size or this or that. But do you want this or that?" I just said no, never mind, because I honestly just don't want to deal with none of the hassle of making more people wait. I don't like being having to wait, so I know that I don't want to make others wait on me. I hate waiting, and I don't want people to wait on me and get mad and frustrated and all this and that when other people have other things to do more important than just sitting there doing nothing. Because when you're sitting there, it's just like, oh my god, you get so anxious. At least I do. I like bright colors. I will say I like standing out to a point, but I hate being in a crowd. Because same shit happened a few times while I was up there with or boots like this a few months ago when my mom was still alive. We went to the store one time, and she uh I couldn't buy these shoes because so many people was coming in line, and I was getting anxious, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I don't want the boots anymore. And so my mom went ahead and bought them for me, and I paid her back and everything. But same anything, anyways, it's just the fact that I don't know why I can't deal with crowds. My girlfriend now she has found that out about me. was generous enough to go into that store and getting what I was wanting for me. I went at she helped me out a lot. She the biggest thing, one of the biggest things is I hate being in crowds. I don't like being in small confined areas. I'm not claustrophobic, but I get anxious. I'm like, let's just hurry this fucking up and let's go. Let's do it and let's go. Uh, I understand wanting to spend time, go have fun, do whatever, but at the same time, I don't like being away from home for long periods of time. I don't know. I want to go have fun maybe for a day or two at most, but I don't want to be gone for like 5, 6 days at a time. Very rarely if I do, and that was the first time that's ever happened, honestly. Then I went ahead and I just sucked it up, said fuck it. But about the third, fourth day, while we was there, we went to the mall. We went to uh a Walmart. They have 2-story Walmarts up there in New York. I don't know where else they have 2-story Walmarts, but here in North Carolina, they don't have 2-story Walmarts. And if they do, honestly, I've never seen a 2-story Walmart in North Carolina. But if they do, I would like to know. But anyway, the but while I was up there, okay, the first day, uh, we just came in, sat around, did nothing. We went to bed pretty as soon as we pretty much got in. Second day, my girl, she went and spent a lot of time with her mom. I was stuck in that house. I was fine, but for the longest time because nobody was there. Honestly, her sister and everybody, I don't know where the fuck everybody went. Honestly, I just stayed there playing Red Dead Redemption, and I was chilling most time until like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then that's when her stepdad came in, and then me and him talked for a little while, and he got to know me, and I got to know him a little bit, and I found out he's a big pothead, and the whole family's a big pothead. And is up in New York, you're allowed to do it, but I was I succumbed to peer pressure because I did hit a little bit while I was there, and I honestly don't like smoking. I know I don't like smoking. I don't like to drink, honestly, either. But I'll drink before I'll smoke ever again. If I can. I like drinking more than smoking. And I really hate smoking. I don't like the high feeling. The not able to control myself when I am under the influence. It's same as being under the influence of alcohol, but at the same time, I feel like I used to know my limits. There, I have found out recently I don't know my limits. But during that time, I was like, yeah, fuck that. But so this second day, we was just not really doing nothing. We sat around, chilled most of the time, and the third day, I think was the third day, we went to. It was either yeah, we went to the mall. Me and my girl, and we just went around. She was showing me the mall and everything. Well, mainly we wanted to get something to eat, so we went ahead to the food court first, and then I ain't bullshitting you, bullshitting you. Uh oh, this is was that at the first time or the second time? Anyway, no, it was the second time that we went to the mall. But the first time we just went and got something to eat. Uh, I'll tell you what, I was not bullshitting in a minute. But the we went around. There is a Spirit of Halloween there, and I've never seen a daggum Spirit of Halloween so big in my life. You usually think of like the store size of Spencer's at most, or a little bit bigger, not much bigger, or something pretty good size, if anything. Nothing crazy. No. This motherfucker had a back section, a front section, a left section, and a right section. You'd think, okay, no, and I'm not talking about just because it's a big store. No, these were actual little fucking sections, and they were huge as hell. I don't know how to explain it. I wish I would have filmed it when I was there. I didn't film much because honestly, I was anxious most of the time. I hope next time if I ever go, it'll be about this time next year, about in October next year, when I do film. But the next time I do go up there, I will videotape a lot. If you've been following me on Instagram, I will post. I have posted a bunch of photos on Instagram. At the end of this, I will have in the bio. I'll have links to my Instagram and shit like that. Or hell, it's probably in the about me section and on my YouTube. But anyways, my point is, during this time, I've been up here for going on 3-4 days now at this time, and there's still nothing exciting, honestly, to see, in my opinion. I've learned that most of her, well, not most, but a good bit of her family lives up that way. So we went up there. I think the next, yeah, no, let's say we're still at the mall. We're looking around and everything. We decided to head back to the house, and I don't remember really much after that. I think I smoked some when I got back home. Then, when I got back again, well, when we got back that next day, I remember we was going to pick up her cousin, or her, I don't know, somebody she knows, kids, and we was going to hang out with them, have fun and everything. During this time, she ended up spending the night. I was really freaking out this night in particularly because during this time, I don't know, something about having little kids and around me. I'm fine with it during the day, but like that night, I was fine with it even that night. But it's just like I, I don't have kids myself yet. If I do, hopefully my state of mind changes. But honestly, having kids that aren't mine, having to take responsibility of them, kind of freaks me out. It's not the fact that having other kids to take care of really freaks me out. It's more like, what if something fucking happens? And I can't, I don't want to take responsibility for somebody else's kids getting hurt or some shit. And I'm like, it caused the anxiety to really skyrocket that night. And that was a night that, I don't know, my girl really thought I was going to leave her after that. Because I just said, fuck it, I'm going outside, I need some air. I didn't come the fuck back in for another 2, almost 3 hours. Then, the next day, uh, the little ones, they stayed most of the day. We didn't do much. I played with them for a good bit. I like hanging out with little kids, and I know that sounded weird, and then it's not trying to sound weird, not at all. I'm just saying, in general, I can get along with little kids. It's the fact that I don't know how to make this sound not fucking creepy or weird, but the thing is, I honestly just didn't, or don't ever want to uh, go take care of kids if I didn't got to, unless they're mine, or somebody that I know their kids good. Uh, because if I just met your kids and you're just pawning them off on me, I'm like, I don't know, and this and that. If I got to know your kids a good bit and all this and that I don't know. Anyways, the second day, or I think it was the second day, I want to say. No, it was the first day we had those kids. We went to the two-story Walmart. We went looking around and everything, and hell, there's an escalator, and you could put there's a section for the your buggies that can follow you up because you can't just put them on the normal escalator. You have to put them on their own escalator, and then or you can go up this elevator, and that's fucking crazy, man. Anyway, so we went up the elevator, and I got heartburn. I'm sorry. But we went up the elevator, had messed around a little bit. We bought a few shirts and stuff uh, because like the, something from New York, memories and shit. I don't know. But then the next day was no, the next day we just hung around and shit. But the day after the kids went back home, we decided to go back to the mall. This time we took her sister and her grandma, which was a bad idea in my opinion, because her sister couldn't get up and move around. We had to push her in a wheelchair. Her grandma, the same issue, but her grandma could get up and walk if she really wanted to. And her grandma was making her. This was her birthday. This was my sister. Not my sister. My girlfriend's uh, birthday in particularly. Uh, and we went to, and her grandma was making her birthday very bad because she was like, "You just don't want to act. You keep leaving me out in the middle of the hallways and stuff." Because when we go into stores, we was pushing the wheelchairs, and a lot of stores wheelchairs are not wheelchair accessible. Like Q Spencer's, for example, or Hot Topic and shit like that, or Legos. There are stores that are wheelchair accessible, but has such a high dollar value stuff that you don't want to get knocked the fuck over. Because when we went to Hot Topic, her sister tried to go in with us. She kept every time she turned a wheelchair, it knocked something off the damn thing, and we're over here like, bro, can you stop? And then she tried to go into Spencer's with us, and she couldn't even fit into Spencer's because with the wheelchair at least, wheelchair. A lot of stores ain't wheelchair accessible. I've done found out, but at the same time, it's like, damn, the you can. I don't know what the fuck you can do, but at the same time, it's crazy how little amount of stores are wheelchair accessible. Actually, uh, her grandma was trying to tell her she has to do this, do that, and all this and that. I understand and respect your elders and all this and that, but at the same time, uh, we told her if you can't get up and walk to in the store, it'd be best if she stayed home because and if she feels like she has the need to stay in the wheelchair the whole time, she needs to stay home. But she decided to come with us anyway. No idea why. I don't know why. I understand wanting to get out of the house and all this and that, but at the same time, if you're gonna complain that we're leaving you in the middle of the hallway, that's what gets annoying. Don't. And then she calls her. She calls my girlfriend's mom and says, "Hey, that we're abandoning her and all this and that." No, we're not abandoning her. We're not one time abandoning her. I can't even speak. But the fact is, she's over here saying, "Oh, we abandoned her," but when we just parked her outside the store and said, "Hey, we'll be right back," if she want to come in, she was able to. She wasn't like made to stay the fuck in the store if she didn't want to. Hell, we weren't forcing nobody to do anything. Honestly, if we could have, I would have rather had her stay home anyway. But anyway, while I was there, we went to a few stores, Hot Topic, Spencer's, and a few little cheap stores in there. And we went to a Lego store, and that's where I bought a few things myself. Uh, but at the same time, it's just like, damn, you don't realize how much a little piece of plastic is until you buy it. And I'm like, bruh, that is ridiculous. I would not want to ever spend that kind of money at Legos. But honestly, I have looked at the Legos and those model cars. I was wanting to honestly start buying model cars and stuff, put them together and stuff for my time off, just doing nothing. But the putting model cars together, you have to spend more money on glue and this and that. And it's still cheaper in the long run, but at the same time, Legos, you can always just order a piece of Lego. If like say one of the Legos I bought, yeah, I got one right here actually. One of them, this one was this one, the Ferrari, because I was wanting to start putting model cars together and everything. But at the same time, hell, I was sitting there thinking like the Legos, like say if I'm missing a piece or something, I can always go to their website, order the piece that I'm missing or something, and hell, I can make it better than I had it, or I can just there you are, make it the way it's meant to be. And I haven't started this one yet. I had another one that's a moped, and it's up there on the top of my shelf thing, but I kind of don't want to get up honestly and move things around. But my thing is, I there's a bunch of different shit with Legos and stuff that you can do, and it's crazy to me that like how the stuff you can do with Legos. Hell, I remember when I was younger, there wasn't much with Legos, but at the same time, there was a lot. Anyway, the thing that gets me about New York is it's not as crazy as you would think. You would be like, damn, uh, there's probably a bunch of this or that, taxis and stuff. There wasn't hardly no taxis there. Hell, I didn't see no taxis where I was. The I didn't see no. I don't know. We didn't go up and see the statue or anything, but at the same time, it's just that I always thought that fucking New York was just all crazy and shit, but nah, it's honestly no different than just going down the damn road from where we are, or where I'm at least. And yes, there's bigger, a lot more crazy ass roads that you have to go down, but things are a lot more expensive up there. That I will say that. Goddamn, nah, like almost $10 to $11 for a can of tobacco. Uh, fucking yeah, I was like, nice shit. I took a tub of Stokers from down here with me for, but that was just for one single can up there. One single can up there for $10 to $11, and I was like, no, I'm not spending that. I spend 17 on a tub that gives me 12 cans a dip, and that hell maybe less, but not much less. The thing is, like, uh, anyway, we went to the mall that day, and her grandma made her birthday not the best. Kind of upset me, kind of pissed me off, but there ain't nothing I could do. That was her family. So I just sucked it up and said whatever. We went out to eat that night to Longhorn Steakhouse, I think. Uh, I think that's where we went. Anyway, while we was there, I went ahead and ate. I was going to pay her mom went ahead and paid for us and everything. I wasn't going to bitch and complain about it. But at the same time, it's just like, hey, it's your birthday. I didn't expect you to pay. I was going to pay her back, but she wouldn't let me. While I was up there, come the days to leave came closer. Me and her went up there to the mall one last time, and we looked around. I grabbed this painting, this Tommy Shelby painting, and a Billie Eilish painting. I don't know if you can see that good, honestly, but it's on my Instagram if you ain't seen it. It's not this one. It's over there. That little bit that's poking out. But the thing is I did not. I had fun up there in New York. If you ever have the chance to go up there and experience it, go ahead. But honestly, I wouldn't want to ever move up there. The road trip back was not as bad, but I was more sick on the way back. It seemed like than on the way there. It could have been because we really didn't stop, except for when we had to. The tolls on these roads, that is ridiculous. $20-something for a toll. There are some more expensive ones out there, I'm pretty sure, but at the same time, we ran into a few of them that were cheaper, and some of them you didn't have to pay at all. But I'm sure that them are like going to just send you shit in the mail. But anyway, my thing is, I was just sitting there like, bro, this is some bullshit for the fact that you gotta pay to drive on a road. And this was the only way that the GPS was taking us. Because honestly, I don't know how to get the fuck from home, up there in New York to home. Or from here to up to New York. I don't know. I would have been lost as fuck. I'd have probably ended up in goddamn Virginia. We did go through Virginia, but I would have ended up somewhere else than where I needed to go. I know. Anyway, so on the way back, the day before we left, actually the day we left, my girl's mom gave me a piano, a keyboard, and what the fuck's it called? A guitar. And I'm probably try to learn the keyboard if anything. I don't really care about learning the guitar, but one day I might want to actually pick that up. And if y'all want to see me do videos upon doing that, learning that, just let me know, and I can. I'll probably be doing videos on that kind of stuff on my main channel, Bubba Spit, if I do. And other than that, that was my trip to New York. So since I've been back from New York, I have been to work, and actually, right before I went back to work, I chipped a tooth, and I needed to go to a dentist. The dentist told me they couldn't cut the tooth out of me because my blood pressure was too high. That was the first time, and so I went back to work the next day, and I got COVID from this motherfucker. Look, they trained me on a machine. They told me train with this guy, and this guy goes home because he has COVID. The next day, I'm feeling sick as fuck. Honestly, don't know if it was because of COVID or what at the time, but they told me that to go home. They gave me an at-home test. I took the test, and when I got home, and I had COVID, and so yeah, I was like, fuck, I don't know what the fuck to do. So during this time off, I've been to the dentist again, and they still couldn't do nothing because my blood pressure was too high. During this time, since I've been, and now I'm going to try to actually say fuck it and go find me a doctor that can give me some blood pressure pills. I haven't been taking good care of myself anyways because my blood pressure, my diabetes, my high cholesterol. Oh! Now my fucking tooth and everything else, it's just screwed up. Everything's been honestly screwed up. I've not been doing the podcast as like I should be doing with my buddy Trent because the Low Key podcast, honestly, because that podcast, I want to do it with him, but I've just been I've been too fucked up, too sick, and everything. Every time we turn around, when it's time for like every other weekend, we planned it. On my weekends off, me and him hang out. We do the podcast or some shit like that. Or if we have something to do that weekend, it's all right. But we at least one time a month should try to hang out, do a video for the Low Key Podcast channel. And one day, whenever we start uploading, I will link that onto my main channel, Bubba Spit. But this is my main my podcast. That's just a Low Key Podcast. Is just a podcast that for me and him. This podcast in general is going to be for me and whoever the hell wants to join me. Mainly, it's just because I've wanted to do a podcast for so long, but nobody seems to keep a podcast with me, a schedule. This one would be my fault if it fails. The Talk and Spit podcast. The Low Key podcast would be my fault as well, probably, if that one ends, because how often I keep rescheduling with him. We've already got 2 videos filmed, actually, but we keep fucking up. I keep fucking up, or he keeps fucking up. One of the two. Like every time it's like the weekends more often me than him. But it's like every time it's the weekend that I'm off that weekend. He either he has something busy or I'm busy. 98% of the times I'm busy more than him. That there was one week my mom passed away. So I didn't feel like doing nothing. I was sad. Still am about that, but I don't try not to talk about it too much. I try to just brush it off. Anyway, then it came down to one time I was sick, and then another time I was fuck. I just honestly had my house dirty as fuck, and I didn't want somebody coming over during that week when my house was that dirty. So I just made up an excuse, told him a lie. I lied. Told him I was busy, even though I wasn't. I should have cleaned the house that day, or the day before at least. But it's just sometimes I'm just so damn tired, and I just want to enjoy the days off. Anyway, then this past week was I went to New York, and then this week, honestly, we should have filmed today, but honestly, he has forgot what weekends I'm off, and I did forget to text him this time. That was my fault. I'm hoping that sooner or later that they can get this tooth fixed. I hope that I don't have to quit dipping tobacco. But at the same time, I do want to quit. It's just it's too expensive to go to the alternatives. Honestly, the alternatives are like ZYKC or some shit, and a lot of them are just nasty, and I can't handle like not having it. If you want me to be honest, I was ill, grumpy, and I quit caffeine at the first time and tried to quit dipping at the same time the first time. Caffeine that made me ill as fuck, honestly. Now I drink a lot of water. I don't give a fuck about caffeine anymore. If I have it, I have it. I don't, I don't. But yeah, most I might drink if you have that's all you have at a damn birthday party or some shit, or some place we go out to eat or something. That's all they have. Okay, yeah, but if you got sweet tea or water, I'll take that real quick. Then I have nothing much to actually talk about. There's a few things that I've done everything that I want to talk about. I've done talked about really. I've been out of work for the past pretty much 2 weeks. I went to work 1.5 days since I've been back from New York. And I've honestly, because of the first, when I come fucking back to work, I had COVID. I caught COVID, and that was some bullshit. And honestly, I've got COVID, so honestly, I didn't want him to come up and get COVID too. I don't know. You can be like, oh, you're just making excuses up. Yeah, but at the same time, he's got a little kid, and if that COVID shit is still lingering around, I'm not going to be held responsible for his kid getting COVID and sick. I don't want to be held responsible for that kind of shit. We've done had too many COVID outbreaks at my job. I'm not trying to bring that shit to somebody else's household. Uh, I know it's not the biggest deal in the world. A lot of people will say about COVID, but at the same time, there are people that will freak the fuck out about COVID. At the same time, so this past week, since I've been out, we went to the dentist. We done nothing more than me. I've done nothing more than be lazy. Because I'll be waking up some days feeling sick. Some days I'm feeling alright. And other days, like today, I felt good. All damn day. I got a little bit of a headache because of the fucking tooth. But other than that, I've been squirting the fuck out of Orajel and shit to numb my damn mouth up. I've been taking some ibuprofen. That doesn't help with the blood pressure either. Anything that can die down the pain. It's just the fact that everything and anything and everything has been hurting my damn mouth, and I'm over here like I just want to be out of pain. I wish there was a waiver that you can just sign, be like, I don't care if I die under this fucking tooth extraction. Please just take this shit the fuck out. If I die, it'll be better than this fucking pain. I do recommend, if you do watch my podcast, it's probably best not to have kids involved. Because there are some things that I did leave out. I probably will tell them in the Low Key podcast. Because this podcast, I do want to keep. But honestly, this podcast is because I have people that I've had a few people talk about, hey, I want to start a podcast and all this and that. And then about 2 weeks later, after the second episode or third episode, not even sometimes the first episode, never gets aired. I've had one podcast called 23X. I had another podcast done that, done this, done that. And I'm like, at this point, I don't care. If you want to make a podcast with me, awesome. If not, I understand. The 23X podcast was even simple as fuck, too. All you had to do was just hop on the fucking video game with me, and that had video game stuff in the background. It was a video gaming podcast. We just talk about our day. We talk about whatever. Hell, once a fucking month. That's at most that we needed to get on. But we try to do it once a week. But I just most time, really, once a month. Hell, if possible. I want once a week, but if not, I understand. Once a month, if that's all I can do, every other week. But I at least want one video up a month. And hell, some people seem like they couldn't make the time when I had the time, and I understand people have lives other than around my schedule, and I can't help that, honestly. Because I work and I can't help the days I have off and this and that. But if my job gets worse, I might probably try to find another job. There's a lot of stuff I haven't even talked about on this. I've been leaving a lot of stuff out of the loop. I haven't even started talking. I just started here from this week on. I will start making more videos talking about dumb shit, whatever the fuck I gotta talk about, or whatever I will talk about. The way you see right here how I'm talking right now, this is pretty much how I would have made a normal video, talking about whatever the hell I had to talk about. I would have cut out probably a shit ton of stuff that I didn't want to talk about, or that I repeated probably several times. And if you enjoy my podcast, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And if you don't, I'm sorry that I do ramble on and continuously talk about the same bullshit over and over again. But if you have any ideas of topics or anything that you would like me to talk about, or anything that you do not see interesting for me to talk about, I understand. Let me know. Like, hey, you need to cut back talking about this, or hey, you need to start talking about this more often. I don't really want to go back into the dip reviews anymore. I will, but honestly, I don't care about the dip that much anymore. I once did. You can see the fucking dip towers a little bit over there, right there. The mud jugs and shit. I love talking about doing reviews and stuff. I can start doing those on my main channel. Again, I can start doing them here. Again, it don't matter to me. Honestly, I just want to have a place where I can do my outlet, where I can talk for however long I need to talk. Probably sometimes more than an hour, sometimes less than an hour. Probably never more than an hour at most if I can help it. And if you want longer podcasts, just let me know. I will do longer podcasts. If not, I will keep them as short as I can. I can even edit this down and make videos out of them, several videos out of it, instead of a podcast format. Because yes, I could just sit there and uh, talk and then edit it down into like a 8 to 10 to 15 minute video, or I can just leave this all raw and uncut, and you'll hear all the stutters, skips, and bullshit that I had to do. If y'all are interested in seeing more, please hit that thumbs up button. Thank y'all for or like it, subscribe, whatever you gotta do. If you ain't done it yet, thank you. And follow me on all social media if you haven't done it. It should be at Bubba Spit on anything and everything that is out there. And thank you. Love y'all. Do what you gotta do when you really want to do it. Have fun with y'all life while y'all can. And if y'all have any ideas for anybody to join me, if y'all want my girlfriend to join me, I doubt she would, but one day. Thank y'all. Talk to y'all later. Y'all want to see a lot of me doing this.